All right, so I'm here with Phil Most. Phil, you're a farmer here. What do you raise?
We're all corn now. Used to be a lot of beef and hogs, but we got out of that about 20 years ago.
Now, just corn, not corn and beans.
No, we've been corn here for 60 years.
Okay.
We've got ground here that's been continuous corn, no issues.
Yeah.
Been
Hey.
working for us. So,
Well, you're not missing out on anything by not growing beans, as far as I'm concerned.
well, I've talked to a lot of farmers, and when I'm doing corn, they said I'm doing these darn beans, and they're tough tonight, and I can't get through them.
Well, you might be, if you enjoy dirt through your combine, you're missing out.
Yeah.
But if not for that.
That's true. That's true. Yep.
So what tractor is this here?
This is a white 120. It's got the 5.9 Cummins in it. Not a huge tractor, but it puts 120 horse out.
This is probably your favorite?
It's one of them, yeah. It's just been a good tractor. It's got about 7,000 hours on it, and we've never had an issue with it.
Now, you like it almost as much as like a 4020 John Deere, right?
Yeah, probably a little better.
Oh, you guys are green-minded. It's just a different color green, right?
Yep, my grandfather sold Olivers back in the day. The first tractor my dad actually had was a Farmall. But then when my grandparents started selling Olivers, then he switched over to the Oliver.
Okay.
If it wouldn't have been for that, we'd probably still have the red tractor around here. But
Well, nobody's perfect, right?
yeah,
Right.
that's true. That's true. But no, this has been a very versatile. I bought this in 1988. I think I paid $28,000 for it. The year before, I planted corn with a 1955 Oliver with no air conditioning, and I ate more dirt that year than I wanted to. So then the following year I bought this and had the air conditioning for planting corn.
So you got it in time to plant in 88?
Yeah, I bought it in the fall of 87.
So were you a little nervous when the summer of 88 rolled around and you had to make some tractor payments?
Yeah, it was a pretty dry summer, but you know, everything back then wasn't so expensive, so it's not like nowadays when you got to spend $200,000-300,000 just to get a tractor this size.
Yep.
But
yep.
yeah, it was. And when we had the hogs, and they were kind of the mortgage payers, you know, we kept everything going with them.
Was this the big horse at the time?
No, we had a. What the hell did we have? We had a 135, I think, that did the heavier work.
Okay. So would this been the first Cummins powered?
Yep, I think this was the first, might have been the first year that the Cummins was in the white. I can't recall though, they might have had them before that. But
So where did you buy it from?
I bought it from Warner Implement in Vermilion, Minnesota.
Okay. So if you guys don't realize where we're at, you could probably throw a rock if you had a good arm and hit Minnesota.
Just about, yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we can see Minnesota from here.
Yeah, we try not to look that way though. We can avoid it, but
No, it's been a good tractor. No issues at all with it. They're easy to work on.
now did Werner have it in stock or did you order this?
I ordered it, yeah.
Okay.
No,
So
it was brand new when I got it.
there weren't a lot of brand new tractors in the 80s around.
No, it wasn't. It was, I think, another dealer had it, and they did have a set of duals on it when they were trying to sell it, the other dealer, and then when I got it, I didn't have the duals right away for it.
Okay.
Because we didn't have to, we had another tractor that we had the duals on, so.
What were you planting with at the time?
I had just a 4-row corn planter behind it, the first
4-row
couple of
wide?
years. Yeah, and then I bought an 8-row wide in 91.
Those are really handy for road transport, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah. Yep, fold them up and go, but no, it worked good.
What year did you go to narrow roads then?
About 4 years ago.
Okay.
Now we hung on to 36-inch rows for quite a while.
Yeah. Well, on 36 and 38s, 36 is kind of an in-between.
Yeah.
'Cause some guys were 40 too.
Yeah, well, that was the old horse. They had to have it 40 inches wide so the ass of the horse fit down the row, you know,
Yep.
when pulling the planter and whatever.
Some guys just didn't feed their horses as much and they'd fit, you know.
That's right, that's right. But a lot of guys have gone to 20-inch rows, and then some of them have switched back to 30s again.
Yeah.
They've had issues with it.
Well, if you got a cultivator or something, if there's an emergency, it's kind of nice to...
Yeah, we've still got the cultivators around. This one did a lot of cultivating with an 8-row cultivator. The only problem with an 8-row cultivator, you can't fall asleep.
No.
because it shows up too much.
Yeah. Yeah. What kind of diseases do you have in your corn? Well, that's iron blight.
No, that's no. We've had good luck with white. We've had 135s and 140s, and I don't know. We've got a lot of the old Olivers around yet.
Yeah.
So
Well, and this, so to trace the heritage of this back, this size would probably be what, like a 1955 rear end, probably?
yep, I think it's the same rear end as a 1955 head in it.
Okay.
So
And they were they were a nice cab in their time, and
oh yeah, good visibility, and but now it's the new cabs are so much better and so much quieter that.
but compared to what you had at the time, so this was the nicest cab you had had.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, that 135 was probably better than the.
That was better, and the 1955 had a cab on it too, but no air.
Okay.
And what did that gain you?
Oh.
When it was hot out, you drove with the door open.
Although this time of year, on a day like this, hauling gravity boxes or something, it would have been.
It did have a heater in it, which was nice. But,
Yep.
But no air.
So at the time then, this planted, did you do some tillage with it then too? And
We plowed with it. We had a 5-bottom plow that we used to plow with.
518?
518s, yep.
Was that I suppose a white?
That was a white, yep.
Yep.
Yep. Then we bought a chisel plow in the mid 80s, I guess, and we tried it on this, but we didn't have enough traction without the duals. So we always pulled it with a 135.
Do you have a Glencoe?
Nope. My uncle had a Glencoe. We used that for a while, but we bought a white
Oh,
chisel
yeah.
plow.
White had a pretty good chisel plow, those individual
That
discs.
345 was a good chisel, but we still got it.
Yeah.
We pull out. We got a 195 white that if we have to, we hook onto that and go. Otherwise, we got Agco Stars now. They've got 425 horse and 17 shank chisel plow that we pull.
Yep.
So, cover a lot of ground.
So now this one here, we should look at the serial number and see if, because this series was made in Charles City,
I don't
right?
know if you're going to be able to see that. It's kind of scratched up from picking up rock.
I bet this one was built in Iowa though, because I think after this, then the workhorses came out next, right?
Yep, yep. And the workhorse, a lot of guys have said that's the best tractor that White ever built. Just
Yeah.
good power, simple to work on, nice transmission.
Well, even Deutz liked them. They bought them to build Deutz Alice's,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Yeah. I mean, they're pretty good. So obviously those tires have been replaced.
That's just the second
set.
That's the second set. Yep.
Okay. Now, did this ever get in on hauling manure and
Yep.
that kind of work?
Used to haul manure when it was cold out.
Yeah. Well, you want a
We
cab.
We liked the heater in them after, back in the day when the cabs first came out, we always said we'd never have a cab. Why you want to sit in a cab all day when you could be sitting out in the sunshine? But it didn't take you long to figure out.
It's still nicer in air conditioning
yep.
looking out at the sunshine than.
Yeah, it is nice.
So there's another serial number back here. So this says White Farm Equipment South Bend. So I bet that is built in Iowa then, because they would have said Coldwater, Ohio if they were
Yeah.
built there. So
And all we use it for now is spraying. That's a good sprayer tractor. Turns short.
But this was quite an investment in '88.
Yeah, it was a big tractor, I mean, not the biggest around, but it was a nice sized tractor back in the day.
Well, and like I said, that '88 drought came along, and
Yeah,
that was,
yeah. That was a bad year, but things weren't so expensive back then, and it wasn't as bad now as if a guy had drought and no insurance. You'd be.
Yeah. So how many hours she got on her now?
I think there's almost 7,000 hours on it.
Okay.
Doesn't burn a drop of oil. It'll put 100 hours on and be right on the full mark.
Probably starts pretty good in cold weather with the 5.9.
It was. We got stuck with another tractor one day. It was like 25 below zero, and we come in the shop. It wasn't in the shop. It was out in the cold storage, and had summer fuel in it. And I said, "We'll try it." And it turned over once, and it was running.
Yeah.
So it's a good start. And Cummins has always been a good starting engine for us.
Yeah.
So
original interior yet, and radio and everything still work?
yep, everything works.
So yeah, so she's original paint. We'll actually do a part 2 here. We should show some of your other whites because you got some pretty cool whites.